Hello, everyone. Hope you're all enjoying your alert level 2. More freedom it has brought us. And you had a good weekend as well. So you've been doing assessments as usual, and I can't stop myself from saying the word assessments. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, that's what we've been doing every week these days. And the lessons are helping you with the vocabulary and skills to build all the four things: reading, listening, writing, and speaking. Now that you have a more regular Google Meet session with your teachers, you will be getting more exposure to language and more opportunities to practice speaking as well. So, as you know, you would have finished doing your individual presentations, but your group discussions are on the way. So, this week and next week, probably, mostly this week, and some of you may do it next week, you would have to do a group discussion. And it's on a text, and you would have to read a text and critically comment on the text in your groups, which means they should be able to read a text and then be able to understand its opinion or point of view that the text says. Probably the text could tell you some information and it can give you some description about a problem, for example, a situation, for example, and give some opinion. So the discussion would be around that topic, and it would also be about giving your opinion on that topic. It sometimes you can also compare certain things in New Zealand, certain things in your country. You can give your experience, your opinion, and so on. So, a group discussion is where you need to be ready to participate. You shouldn't be waiting for another student to ask you. You should take the floor. Okay, so I take this. So in this lesson today, you will get some more practice on the reading assessment that you're going to do this week, as well as the speaking group discussion. So there are some prompts that you can answer, and remember that you all were asked to watch a movie and write a movie review. There were plenty of lessons uploaded on Dynasty Classroom related to writing a movie review, and a template that would help you make notes and so on, and some vocabulary to describe and critique movies. And there are also lessons related to group discussions that, if you haven't done yet, it's a good time that you go catch up on those lessons, please. So today's lesson, you've got a sample answer, a sample movie review on Whale Rider. And if by this time you should have done your movie review by yourselves, you should have submitted your writing answers to your teachers. If you have done it, it's a good chance to go and read a good sample to see how you write a movie review on a movie that you've already watched. So it's quite helpful, isn't it? So let me share my screen and take you through the two tasks that you have for today's lesson. All right, so this is the Whale Rider summary, or the Whale Rider movie review. And this is a reading that you will have to do, and it's in 5 paragraphs, just like the other movie review that you happened to read last week about Bend Like Beckham. So this is about Whale Rider that you watched, and it's got 5 paragraphs with some blanks. Some words are missing, and you need to fill in the blanks choosing from the options. And then after you finish reading, you would have to choose some of the answers for these questions, which will help you learn what to write in a movie review, where to write, in which paragraph to write what. Already in the Bend Like Beckham reading lesson, you would have seen what kind of information is usually given in a movie review and in which order or in which paragraph do we usually talk about the plot, about the good points of a movie or bad points of a movie, about the characters, and so on. So this is another sample bit about the movie that you've recently watched. So this lesson is very useful for your writing assessment that you will be doing next week. In week 13, you will be doing your writing assessment. So please be prepared for that. Do your lessons. So do this lesson if you have missed any of the Whale Rider related lessons last week and the week before, please go back and do them. And the second one is a reading task again, but this is a proper reading. And it's got, as you say, 5 paragraphs again. So you see, 5 paragraph is a normal structure of a short writing text. And this is from a newspaper article, adapted from a newspaper. And you can see some words that are underlined. And these words are usually used in academic writing to connect ideas or connect sentences. So they're called as linking words. You must be familiar with these linking words. So do this reading and then do the exercises related to the linking words here. And there are also some exercises that will help you prepare better for your reading. You've already done a reading assessment last week, and some of you would have done it really well at the first time, and some of you would have had to do it a second time, but that's okay. You would have learned from your mistakes. Now that you have your second reading assessment that's due this week, your teachers will tell you when. This exercise is very useful again, so please make sure that you do your reading practice. So the first one is related to the main idea of the text, and the second one is the purpose or the audience for the text, which is a very common question in a reading or listening task. And then there is a notes making exercise where you need to fill in the missing notes, where you need to just write down the main idea. Here, the main idea is given, so you need to find the supporting ideas. Where supporting ideas are given, you need to find the main ideas, and so on. So fill in the box, fill in the table there. And then there are some more detailed answer questions, which you have to read more carefully and more in depth to answer these ones. And finally, you have a task related to the linking words. Follow the instructions and do the tasks. And there is a vocabulary task as well. With these words, you need to fill in the gaps because this paragraph is a summary of the task. And this is a very common structure of a reading assessment. You would know from last week. You would have a linking word or referencing word kind of language analysis kind of a task, a summary task with some options, and you would have to read the summary and fill in the blanks. And there would be some detailed answer questions. They could be things like this: tape tabulated, or put the ideas in the order, or main idea, supporting idea kind of questions. And there would definitely be a main idea and purpose or audience kind of a question. So this lesson is very useful in preparing you for your second reading assessment that is coming up this week, and the third reading assessment, which will come up in a couple of weeks' time. Okay, so that's very useful, as well as this reading topic is related to transport, which is quite relevant to your speaking assessment too. So the topic is useful, the vocabulary is useful, so please make sure that you do these lessons at least in a day or two's time. Okay. And you might also receive a couple of PDF files which you can download, which are related to group discussion. Your teachers will tell you what to do with them. You might be looking at them in your Google Meet sessions from Monday to Wednesday for Albany class, or Wednesday to Friday my class. So if you have time, you can go through the PDF files. If not, then that's okay. We can have a look at them during the Google Meet sessions. Happy learning. Please make sure that you do your lessons more regularly. Okay. Thank you all very much and enjoy your level 2 freedom. Bye.